Hello and welcome to the Climbing Daily Wednesday news show. The show where we take all the climbing news from all around the world, from loads of different websites, and smoosh it together into one show for you guys. And yes, smoosh is a word. So to kick off the show, we're starting with some mountaineering news, or news of an almost impossible challenge. And he's quite close to doing it. We've been sharing stories of Nirmal Purja on our social media pages, but never really looked at him in the news show. He's attempting to climb all 14 8,000 metre peaks in a single 7-month season, beating the previous record by over 7 years. He's just completed phase 2 of his attempt, finishing this section with ascents of K2 and Broad Peak. His K2 climb was particularly impressive as he opened the route and fixed the lines on the mountain despite terrible conditions and deep, dangerous snow. Unbelievably, he now only has 3 peaks to go. On the way to climbing the summits, he rescued climbers in the death zones of Everest, Annapurna and Kanchenjunga, putting himself at risk to save others. Now, personally, I think this is the most incredible story. I remember when he first started out on this journey and reading about it and just thinking, honestly, that it was completely impossible. I mean, the luck, number one, that you've got to get for the weather windows to climb all those summits, the skill involved, the sheer body degradation that you're going to go through in climbing all those peaks is so impressive. And he sort of won around a lot of climbers. I think when he started, people thought it would be quite a commercial thing, that he'd just be sort of dragged up by a bunch of Sherpas, but he's proved through various social media posts that he's doing this properly. You know, often he's leading fixing groups, so they fix the lines first on the mountains for other teams. He's done rescues, he's fit, he's strong, he looks after his team, and it's just so impressive. He's now going into phase 3, so if you want to support him, there's a GoFundMe page that I've linked below. Go and check it out, and don't judge this man's story until you've read into it properly. His Instagram is well worth a read. Now next we head to the Dolomites for some massive multi-pitch news. There's a new route in the Dolomites and it goes up the south face of Terza Pal, a 2,355 metre peak. Sieb Van Hee and David Leduc completed it in 2 days with a bivvy at half height and one on the summit. The pair were trying to reach the unclimbed headwall, but had to go through hundreds of metres of loose and fire-damaged scrambling and climbing first. An experience that led them to call the route Spazi Caminor, Chimney Cleaner. Now, if you know anything about Dolomites climbing, you'll know that often the pitches are quite loose, a little bit dodgy, and having read the report of this on Planet Mountain, it does seem like a bit of experience. Because usually on the sort of initial approach slopes to the headwalls of these climbs, there's lots of bushes and trees you can clip onto, hold onto, but because it was fire damaged, all that went. It was just scorched, loose rock, so it does sound like a bit of a mission for those guys. Now, we're staying in Italy for our next piece of news, this time looking at a hard single pitch route. 50-year-old climber Alfredo Weber has made the first ascent of the 8C+/9A route called Solitary Souls in Arco. The 35-metre route is 20 metres overhanging and features a scary 10-metre run out. Andre, who works full-time in a quarry, had to fit climbing and training into his busy work schedule. 50 years old and crushing 9A. If that's not inspiration for anyone out there, I don't know what is. And do check out the YouTube video because that route is so overhanging. It looks absolutely brutal. And he had to sort of train and fit it into his schedule. And working in a quarry, physical work, which leaves you tired, but I guess pretty strong. So nice one, mate. Now, Rocklands continues to deliver in terms of sends, and we're heading back there for some more news. Caroline Sinhuber has done her 5th and 6th 8B boulders with climbs of Ray of Light and Ubuntu. Caroline had a bad start to her trip, but things have picked up now and she's working on her long tick list of climbs. I still haven't been to Rocklands. I'm still desperate to go to Rocklands, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm finding it fairly tricky listening and hearing and seeing all these ascents that are going on right now. I need to get on a plane. I need to get over there. I need to send. So if anyone wants to send me a plane ticket, you know my email, or just email climb@epictv.com. First class, please. I'm a sophisticated human being. 8C counting time. Okay, so 2 8Cs today, and you will be pleased to know that I have found the red pen. Now, last week we were accusing Hugo of stealing the red pen, but after extensive investigations, we discovered it down the back of the sofa. So I apologise, Hugo, for incriminating you in any stealing episodes. It's only because of your checkered past that we did that. Now, Jimmy Webb has sent another 8C, so I'm going to add another one to... Oh, this is getting big. So another one for Jimmy Webb. This climb is called Parzival. I think that's how you pronounce it. 8C in Rocklands. It's super 20 plus moves of power and physicality. It's very Jimmy Webb. Next up is Ben Buchholter, and he's done the route Blade Runner, an 8C. It's near where Jade is in America, and he was going to save himself for Jade, but enjoyed this route. It's very tricky, but he did it super quickly. I think he's only had like 3 or 4 ascents before, so nice one, Ben. He's a newbie to the 8C counter, so he'll get a 1 tick list. Now, last week we stuck the 8C counter thing onto the screen so you guys could see the scores, and we have had an upgrade. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7! Jimmy Webb is on 7. Everyone else in that top 5 is on 6, or top 4. Can't remember. They're on 6, he's on 7, he's winning. Jimmy Webb, nice one. Still no 9Bs. Right, let's crack straight into media because Coldhouse Media are back on the EpicTV website. They're in French Polynesia, they're bolting routes, and you saw that last week, but this time they're climbing them, and some of them look absolutely stunning. So check out this little teaser.
When we were done with the bolting, we didn't have much more time to climb, but we were psyched and we would wake up early in the morning to do some beautiful shooting and climb the entire afternoon because that's when that side of the island was in the shade. In Momu, we focused in 3 sectors. One just above the water, one on the beach for initiation, and one a bit higher up. Up there I bolted 2 routes, one that I called Chat du Rif, and which is very original with a beginning on big moves on Wacos, and ends with a very technical high step with very bad hands.
As with all Coldhouse Media vlogs, you can find them on the EpicTV website. That's the best place to go because it's all in one place, it's easy to find, and it's put there first. But if you're a YouTube fanboy or girl, then head to YouTube and you can also find Coldhouse Media, A World Less Traveled is the playlist on the main EpicTV YouTube site. So keep up to date with those guys. Now, shop news. Summer is midway through, which means our summer sale is starting to come to an end. You've got about 1 week left. After that, it's gone, finito, finished. You won't be able to get a bargain again until the next sale, which will be deep in dark winter, and you don't want that. So if you want a summer sale, go on to the EpicTV shop and check it out. And for all of you people who have been asking, the 510 Alien is back in stock. This is a high-end, very expensive, but very, very good bouldering, sport climbing shoe. I haven't had my hands on it personally, but I know an awful lot of people love it. It's kind of the Ferrari of the 510 range at the moment, and it's back in stock at the EpicTV shop. And the new Dragons are back in stock as well. So if you're a Dragon fan, then go and check those out. Now, every week we do this little comment of the week thing where we look at the comments from last week's news show. We always sing a song. And this week, Flo is going to come and join me. What style do you want to sing comment of the week in?
I think a barbershop style. I know you need a few more people, but let's give it a try.
I tell you what, if we're doing barbershop, how about I do the doobie doobies,
okay,
and you do the comment of the week?
I mean, I usually do the doobie doob. Anyway,
ready? I'll go low.
Okay.
Comment
of the week.
Very good.
Is that all right?
Very good, yeah. So first of all, an apology because I seriously screwed up last week, which is what many of the comments were talking about. I said Xian So, the young prodigy competition climber, was Japanese. I'm fully aware that she's Korean. I just had it written on my script as Korean, and then when I spoke, words came out that said Japanese. Mistakes happen. I apologize. So sorry about that. Thank you for pointing it out, all of you people who pointed it out. But yeah, thank you very much. That was my mess up, I apologise. But the comment of the week is from Dan Francois2. And he says, why is EpicTV allowed to show IFSC footage and Adam Ondra is not? Now, I thought this was a good question because a few people have asked about it. So, the IFSC are very strict on footage that people are allowed to use. That's for a variety of reasons, a lot of it to do with the fact they sell the rights to TV companies and they can't then have other people showing it. However, if you are a news organisation like us, they allow us to use the footage for up to 3 days after the event. So the news show, where we show the IFSC highlights, that comes within the 3 days, and that's why we can use it. We don't pay extra for this. This is just something that happens within the IFSC if you're sort of talking about the events. Adam Ondra, in his videos, they're very strict on using certain footage. So if he had one of his vlogs he's put up and he wants to show some final stuff, he won't be allowed to do that, and we wouldn't be allowed to do that anyway. We can only show those little news cut things. So that's the reason. It's far more complicated than I've sort of gone into there, but that's the basic reason why we can use those news stuff and he can't use the news stuff. But I don't know the ins and outs from his camp, I just know ours. Thank you for all your comments. We love reading your comments. Me and Flo spend at least 10 minutes every morning reading the comments because we don't want to start working. So if you do more comments on our videos, then we'll have to work less. And you know that's important. Thank you for watching, guys. Hugo's not here at the moment because he's on holiday actually, but I'm sure he'll be back soon. Thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you soon.